Hello and thanks for listening. This is the Cybercrime Show, Episode 1, Report That. I'm your host, NY Cybercop. I want to thank everybody for sending in those emails and the tweets in regards to our first posting on Twitter. Trying to decipher which subjects we're going to cover in the next few shows, but we're going to start off with a pretty simple one. We got requested, let me see which email address. It's Dennis Met out of California, and his question was, how do you handle fraud coming from one part of the country, or for that matter, part of the world, that winds up affecting somebody in, let's say, we'll just use an example, in New York, and how is the reporting procedure followed in order for that victim of fraud or an online scam, in order for that person to file a police report or a complaint report or be able to report the infraction to somebody? And the answer is, it is completely and utterly different from location to location. I have friends who work for several agencies that tell me that unless both the perpetrator and the victim reside in their jurisdiction, they will not take a report. I have friends who work in some agencies that say as long as the victim resides geographical area, they will take a report. We have some agencies that say if it happened on the internet, they will not take a report at all, which is absolutely bizarre. And then we have some agencies that will take a report basically for anything, even if you're passing through town. We find that a lot of agencies, lastly, will refer most of their complainants to a federal website, which is IC3, that's Ida Charlie 3.gov. They seem to be a clearinghouse, at least in the U.S., for complainants to be able to file reports and scam reports, and if they were a victim of an online crime. And they typically act as a clearinghouse for filing those reports and forwarding them to the appropriate authorities, as well as they seem to be able to put together patterns of perpetrators that are committing scams in a particular area or using a particular methodology, and passing those on to law enforcement for a more effective investigation. Hope that answers your question. Although it seems to be, very widely varied from place to place, especially throughout the United States, and I can only imagine what it's like around the world. This is the best answer that I have for you at the moment. What I want to know is, how do you guys deal with it in your jurisdictions, where you live, in your countries? When you are a victim of a cybercrime, who do you report it to, and who's willing to listen? Send your emails to the cybercrimeshow@gmail.com or post a reply on Twitter. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.